gæst i studiet nu. Vi slår på engelsk, because a guest has come into the studio. Mr. Paul Clark from London. Very warm welcome, Paul.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. I'm so honoured to be here.
It's excellent to have you here. It's excellent. And Paul, you've come here. We just very briefly touched on that story. Strange enough, we met at a train station.
We did. We met at a train station, and Robin, being the genius that he is, tuned in to our conversation. I was with another person.
He always does that. He does that all the time.
He found our conversation interesting. Obviously, we were talking about music.
That's right.
And the journey that we're now going on. And he needed to get to Copenhagen Main Central Station, so I just saw this great guy standing beside me, and he said,
he was
like, "Can you just show me how to get to
and I asked
the station?" And the rest is history, and I'm here today doing this fantastic interview with these fantastic people.
Thank you, Paul.
Give a show clap for that. Thank you.
Amazing.
And the next time there's a little machine there to make the drum roll,
that's
it's like an effect. It will work. Next time you are here, it will work.
I'm here because I will be back.
You will.
I will come back.
Nice.
And Paul, before we listen to one of your songs, because we're gonna get the listeners in to say, who is this gentleman? Maybe you can just explain a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I am a singer, songwriter, recording artist. I am a performing arts vocal coach, and I'm also a pastor, and I just love Denmark.
Wow.
And I've been doing all of that here. I'm actually recording at the moment.
Amazing.
For a fantastic project called Ricky Smooth Presents. I've also been writing a lot of the material on that project. I've had the opportunity of working with some of the top people in Copenhagen.
Wonderful.
And now I'm at one of the greatest radio stations ever.
Yes, I like that one. Yes, I like it.
Fantastic.
I just finished a fantastic songwriting course with some of my students, and we're about to take the best song into the studio so that they can record that song, get it registered, get it published, and then the other students that may not have done so well will come in and see the process. So my time in Copenhagen has just been amazing.
You have a lot of things here. You've got really fast and quick into the show business, to the music in Denmark.
Yes, I mean, I've worked with people like Linda Andrews, who won X Factor some years ago. Maria Carmen Koppel. Suzanne Oram Her, who's always on TV. She's one of the top session singers. She's also a vocal coach. Jonita Zachariasen, who is a fantastic inspirational singer. And the list goes on.
So many different great people.
So many.
That's amazing. And Paul, just before we put a song on, I'd like to ask you a bit about your musical background. Is that going all the way back to your childhood?
It does. My background, and I'm not ashamed of it. It has been and still is a major part of my life. My background is church, so I grew up singing a lot of gospel music. And I've also sang with some of the gospel greats. Andre Crouch, some of you guys may have heard of him, or Copenhagen may have heard of him. I'm sure he's been here several times back in the 80s and 70s. He was the greatest. The Winans, Donnie McClurkin, and from there I just branched out into doing a lot of high-profile session work and also utilizing my skills in terms of coaching some of these top singers. So I've worked with people like the late George Michael, Boy George, Eternal, Boyzone.
Wow, great people.
And the list goes on. I've even done work with the Spice Girls.
And you said Elton John.
Elton John.
I'm very
I did his program, an audience with, which is a more intimate setting with the audience is filled with celebrities, and Elton will sing some of his greatest hits, and then there'll be question time where they'll ask him questions. It's a very, very great program. Goes out to millions across the world. So I've had, and then I've also recorded some of my own CDs. You can still access those on iTunes. Amazon, Spotify. You can go in and have a listen. And then I have this current single, which is being played all over the UK, called Don't Make Me Wait, which was inspired by my producer, Ricky Smooth. And I wrote the lyrics, he came up with the track, and it seems to be doing quite well. And I believe we're going to have a listen to that.
Here we go. Paul Clark in the studio. And Paul, what was the title again?
Don't Make Me Wait for Love.
And we're back with you after this.
With more love.
Yeah! Der er altså rigtig dejlige positive rytmer i det her, var Alexander?
Jeg hygger mig.
Jeg står og nynner lidt. Det er dejligt. Paul, we are saying, because we got Mr. Paul Clark in the studio.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, from London.
I am.
He lives in Denmark.
I'm fast becoming Danish.
Yes. Have you got plans of learning the language?
I would love to learn the language. I've been told by everybody that it's difficult, it's interesting, and, I have to confess, I've been lost a few times because in London we pronounce most of the letters, but in Denmark they pronounce some of the letters.
Exactly. Yeah. It will not be the whole.
So you get things like budding. And
pudding,
and I would have pronounced it
pudding.
Budding.
That's right.
Budding. And so when I've been trying to tell people that I need to get to Budding, they're telling me, we've never heard of that place.
Okay.
Maybe that's a place in London. And then I show them the spelling and they just smile at me. As if to say, that's up the road. Let me show you.
Okay.
So it's been interesting, but I love it. So I'm hoping to learn the language real soon and connect more with the culture and the people.
Fantastic.
And
Paul, we heard this song, and what was the title again?
It was called "Don't Make Me Wait for Love." You can find it on iTunes and most of the music media outlets.
And it really reminds me when I'm listening to it of like the guy called Trevor Nilsson. He's a well-known R&B guy in England.
Yes, he is.
Have you met him?
Yes, I've met him.
Okay.
He's a famous DJ.
He is.
In London, UK. I believe that he's still DJing, and this would be the kind of music that he would play. I believe that he might even be playing it, because a lot of the DJs and radio stations in London are actually playing the song. And
when you say that, I was interested in when it's in London and the music culture is so different and different genres, all kind of so many people and music. How can you survive that music area? How do you get your song?
You have to a lot of times in this industry. I could say fortunately or unfortunately, sometimes it's about who you know. And having a good marketing and promotion strategy. So the producer that I worked with on this song, he's also originally from London, but he's Danish now. He's been here for like 20 years.
Oh, fun.
And he's a great producer, but he has strong connections with America and the UK and other places. He's toured with people like Carlos Santana, etc. And he's worked with some of the greats. So he just basically connected with some of the radio stations that he knew in London, and they loved the song because they're not.
And we do too. Yes. I was like, I was standing like when Robin was playing the last bits and we were coming in there with all vocals here, I was like
it's a great,
it's smooth, it's very smooth.
It's a great song. It's one of those ones where you don't have to do too much dancing, but you can definitely enjoy it.
I was enjoying it, yes.
And so he connected with some of the radio stations in London. They had a listen, they loved it, and they decided, okay, we're going to play this. And so whilst they've been playing this track, we've been shooting the video and trying to finish off the rest of the project. It was originally supposed to be like a jazz hip-hop type of project, but it kind of changed. It's kind of changed slightly, and the songs are great. So I'm really excited about this coming out. It should be out by the end of the year, the top of next year.
Beautiful.
And I'm hoping that Denmark will embrace it.
Indeed, we will. We will support it here on the show.
Thank you.
And where did you do the video, Paul?
We did the video in this luxury apartment in, I believe it's
Østerbro.
That's always a good place to
Østerbro.
Østerbro.
Let me not embarrass myself on radio.
No, you're doing fine. You're
doing good.
And we also did some just open locations around Copenhagen, just me sort of like walking and doing more performance shots, that side of town.
Okay.
And it seemed to have worked really well. So we wanted to show two sides. We wanted to show me just getting on with my everyday life, walking the streets and doing. Then we wanted to show the feminine side of just, you know, being a bit upset, waiting around for phone calls, waiting for me to come home, basically waiting for love, and that cry of, you know, please don't make me wait any longer, and just showing different scenarios of that. You know, it's basically a relationship based song.
But you said you were inspired by the producer. Is that because of
because
trying to find love, or
because of his relationship? He won't mind me saying that. You know,
sorry.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. So he, you know, So he, you know, God bless him, but he was going through some stuff,
and you were inspired by that. Yeah.
And I was. And, you know, whilst that was happening, we were writing, and I just said, okay, let me use that as an inspiration. And that's always a good thing, because it means that if it's a live or real life situation, it means that most of the buying public or the listing public
can relate to
it. And that's what you want. You want something that everyone can relate to, not just, you know, because some people love the beat, some people love the lyrics, and some people love the music. So you want all three listeners.
Or the vocal.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll love the vocal, because I did all of the vocals.
Nice vocal.
I just want to ask you, Paul, about the music video. Were you the only one in it together with a producer, or did you have like a crew?
We had like a crew doing the filming, and it was myself and another young lady. But the video was shot in two parts. So we shot my part first, and then we shot her parts in the apartment.
And who is she? Should we just mention?
She is, I can't remember her name. This is so bad. I think her name is Maria.
Okay.
I think.
Don't put him on the spot.
No, I know. I just had to try.
Don't quote me on that.
No.
But she is a lovely lady, you know, and she looks fantastic in the video. So
fantastic. People can go and check it out.
You will see her. Yeah, it's going to be up on YouTube and most places in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm excited.
Paul, before we will just have a little last bit of the conversation. We got one more piece of music ready.
That would be great.
Yeah, and what should we go on with now?
This one is called "That's Why I Praise." It's more inspirational. It kind of showcases a bit of my background and where I'm coming from. And I actually recorded this song in Ghana.
Where we're going later.
Yeah, so where you guys are going. So I thought, okay, let me bring a bit of that to the table, because after speaking to Robin, Robin was telling me that he should be going there to do some interviews and some live stuff, and you know, he knows a bit about the culture. So I thought, okay, I'll bring that along.
Take me with you. I can be in your suitcase.
Yes.
So I recorded this in Ghana with one of the top producers, Francis Osei. Shout out to Francis. Shout out to the Ghanaian community. I'm not from Ghana, unfortunately, but
here we go.
The Friday show.
Yay, Paul Clark on your show and on the radio right now.
There was a time in my life that I could never do right, and everywhere I looked, I just couldn't see the light. But then I heard a voice say, if you would just kneel and pray, the God will pick you up and he'll turn your life around. Oh, yeah. I tell everybody, that's why I praise. Oh, yeah. Everybody I see, that's why I praise. Yeah, I tell everybody, that's why I praise. But after God picked I made so many mistakes. I never thought that I would really ever stand a chance. No, 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 no. A chance to say I repent and get my life back again. To walk in purpose, peace, and love forevermore. But oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I tell everybody that's why I praise. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I tell everybody I see. That's why I praise. Yeah, 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 yeah. And yeah, 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 yeah. And yeah, 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 yeah. That's why I praise. Yeah, 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 yeah. And yeah, 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 yeah. And yeah, 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 yeah. That's why I praise. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I tell everybody that's why I praise. Oh,
Fredagsshowet i radioen lidt før 14.30, hvis du er med på liveudgaven den her fredag. Og vi skal selvfølgelig sige, at vi er om et øjeblik skal til det italienske. Det har vi på ingen måde glemt, vel, Alexander?
Det har vi bestemt ikke. Vi undskylder forsinkelsen. Det er lidt ligesom DSB i dag.
Florian Festina er klar lige om lidt i Lido di Solo. Vi er beklager altså, men det er jo det her med det nye studie, og det hele skal virke. Og nu har vi jo fint besøg. Stadigvæk, we are going over to English again. We got Paul here, Paul Clark from London.
Hi, everyone.
And Paul, what a song!
What a song! Yeah, I mean, this song, That's Why I Praise, is an inspirational gospel track, and because I heard Robin's passion for Ghana, I thought, okay, let me bring this one to the radio station, and I'm so glad you guys were willing to play it.
Indeed.
And it basically just speaks about life's lessons, making mistakes in life, and just not staying or wallowing in those mistakes, but picking yourself back up and realizing that life always gives you a second chance.
Ah, that's a good.
You know what I'm saying, and that's a universal message.
It is.
It's a message for all of us. We all deserve a second chance in life.
Yeah.
So I wrote the track, and I've made many mistakes. Too many to mention on radio.
We're not going to put you on the spot again.
No. You can't put me on the spot this time.
No. You're coming in.
But you know, I'm here today, so clearly I've got over some of those mistakes.
Yeah,
You have.
We're glad to hear.
Paul.
Yeah, you know, we just want to encourage the rest of the world. We all make mistakes.
Indeed.
But you can have another chance.
But I'm not going to tell you on the radio.
Ha! What your mistakes have been? You won't tell us that, Alexander.
No, please, no. Let's not expose ourselves.
No, we have the good environment here.
Fantastic.
I just want to ask you, Paul, about Ghana. You've been there a couple of times.
I've been there 5 times.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I could call it my second home. I have some great connections there, and each time I go there, I really get involved in the music scene. I always go to the National Theatre, the conference hall.
Wow.
And I've actually sang at the National Theatre.
Okay. Wow. In Accra, Ghana.
In Accra,
okay.
Ghana.
Wow.
You know, and I think the third time I went there, we were supposed to sing before one of the top inspirational gospel acts. His name is Ty Tribbett. He is phenomenal. He's an American artist, and usually when I go, I try and catch those kind of shows.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
The big shows.
The big shows. So I sometimes get invited as a special guest.
Lovely.
Or
That's always good. Red wine and caviar.
Something like that. Yes. Something like that. It's fine dining.
Bring that fine dining for this day.
Fine dining on the table.
Trust me.
Champagne on the table.
I believe they, you know. I wouldn't say they have an after party, but it's definitely fine dining. so yeah, it's fantastic. The weather there is amazing. The people are amazing.
They are.
The music scene there is so diverse. You get the local cultural stuff where you have the typical African beats, and then you have the international, the Afro beats and the international artists. And then you have an amazing gospel scene.
Wow.
You know, inspirational scene is really massive. Do you know what I'm saying? And they have. I'm saying this to say they have so many different great genres of music that are all doing well.
And next week, I can tell the listeners and tell you, Paul, we'll be broadcasting live from the Town Hall Square in Copenhagen, where they have a big festival, Afro Dress Up Festival, and we're going to talk to Miss Agatha Jasek from Ghana. She's here in Denmark.
Come and see it. It's a lovely project.
What day is it?
It's next week, but unfortunately, Paul is away.
I can find out.
Paul is away.
I am going to be, drum roll.
Yeah, where's he going?
I'm going to the Faroe Islands.
Whoa, Faroe Islands.
And I'm going to be working with some of the top musicians there. I'm going to be doing a concert in the town area, Torsund.
Yeah,
Torsund.
Yep.
I'm going to be doing a concert there, a solo concert, my first solo concert in the Faroe Islands.
Nerve-wracking.
And so, it is, you know, and so I'm really excited about that. I leave on Monday, this Monday coming, and I believe there's a Faroese festival happening this weekend.
That's right, Midland Festival, or it's called the Mustland Festival.
Oh, he knows his language there.
The Faroes language.
I'm not going to say that. I don't know.
It's fantastic, and it's on Femmeron Amager. It's Friday and Saturday, so both days.
It is. Yeah, I believe it's both days. And a couple of the musicians that will play for me will actually be playing at this festival.
Oh, great!
So you know, they do get about.
They do.
They do get about.
Amazing.
And I understand that the Faroese community has strong connections with Denmark.
They do, especially with Amager.
I think also that when you live in Faroe Island, you have Danish in school, for example. So there's some cultural.
They all speak Danish there. The first time I went there, they all speak Danish fluently.
Wow.
But it's interesting to both listen to the language and read the language when they post in Facebook. It's always fun to read the language.
Yeah.
I got some Faroese friends in Facebook, and it's difficult.
But you're trying it out.
To say the least.
The most important thing.
I think it's just as complicated as Danish.
I'm teaching actually in Danish. I have a Danish studies at the university, and it's so difficult to learn it. I heard too. So, And also, but the most important thing is to try to pronounce the thing and repeat it to learn it. Yeah, I would say that.
This is it.
The teacher speaking.
Yeah, it is difficult, but it's good to say that the festival will be this weekend. And,
it is.
Paul, when you come back from the Faroe Islands, we can invite you down here again to the studio.
I would be honoured to come back again.
You should get a soul program on this Canadian Gladsaxe radio.
Soul program.
That could be nice.
I will do that. If you're willing to have me,
I don't know. Maybe. It could be nice.
Good idea.
Talk amongst yourself and let me know. I've had a great time with you guys today.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much.
Yep. Amazing.
You just got hand things. What's there?
This says Canal Gladsaxe Radio and TV.
Yeah!
Both.
Yes.
So got it all here.
You have the contact there.
All here.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I'm in the right place.
You
I'm
are.
in good hands.
We'll mix that as a jingle. Just say it again.
I'm in the right place. I'm in good hands.
Love it. And it's so good with the soul. Actually, just this last night, or actually this morning, very early, 1 a.m. in the morning, I heard a program from one of my favorite stations, Radio 1 Mallorca. It was called The Soul Kitchen with Des Mitchell, and it was really going on with these classics from the 90s and everything like that. It was so good.
That music is actually coming back.
It is. I could hear it.
Where you have real singing, real instrumentation.
Lovely.
And
we have asked for that for years, because I have heard that in the music industry today that it's often just repeated some
synthesizers.
Things, and it's like if you have backing vocal, it would be the front singer just doing the backing vocal. And it needs to have some of the old, in my opinion. So.
That's so good. That's
maybe I'm old.
No,
I don't know.
I think it's good.
Am I old?
No. We're backing you up on this.
Thank you. Just appreciate good music.
Thank you.
Hey, Paul, it's been an absolute pleasure
that you could
thank
you so much.
Come by, and you're going out teaching now.
I'm going out to teach now. I've got a student in about an hour, and I've got another one after that, and then I have to go to the studio and keep working.
Hey,
evening work.
No stop.
But
no stop.
In the evening, you're more creative there, right? It's dark and people are not calling you. It's like I'm focusing.
That's correct, and my voice is not so tired.
But your voice is good.
I would have had time to warm up. So it's all great. But thank you guys so much. This has been an honor, and I'll be back when I get back from the Faroe Islands.
Indeed, Paul. You take good care. We have a little acoustic thing here. We're going to listen to a girl called Freya. She was a big hit back in the late 90s. And this one, Yellow Ladybird. Have a good weekend, Paul.
I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.